Hey friends, Eric Zanatelli here, your hometown mortgage expert, and today Brian and I are going to talk about a subject that's near and dear to us, and we're excited about it.
Hey everyone, Brian Zanatelli here out of Broken Arrow. So Eric, what's the one thing that we are constantly telling clients and prospective borrowers?
We're always telling people that the best time to buy a house is the minute that the payment for the house you want fits in your budget and you have enough money for closing. In other words, the best time to buy a house is now. So, Brian, tell us a little bit about your home buying experience and what's going on with you and what went on with you when you purchased the house you're living in now.
So luckily I was able to buy a house, and we're coming up on 3 years. I bought it in February of 2020. And as you may remember, that was toward the end of Trump's administration. And my memory of that time, everyone saying the economy was not in a good place and we were kind of on uncertain footing. And so we were actually able to find a house that my family loved. We have 3 children, back up to a golf course here in Broken Arrow. And we actually were also able to take advantage of down payment assistance, coupled with what we recommend even today, some seller paid closing costs. And I was actually able to get into my home with very little of my own money.
Wow. And so now 3 years later, we've been through the pandemic. We've been through the aftermath of the pandemic. We're now in a kind of a crazy market with interest rates really being high. What is your equity position? What are you seeing in the market with regard to your house right now?
Well, I'll tell you 2 things. One of the things I'm seeing is that homes in our neighborhood that were listed for sale are gone. There are no more homes for sale in my neighborhood. And the prices of those homes were somewhat shocking to my wife and I because we got a great deal on our house. And so what I found by just doing some research this morning is that I'm sitting on about $85,000 in equity, up almost 40% in just under 3 years.
So you use almost none of your own money and you've created $85,000 in actual wealth.
Yeah, and one of the cool things I've heard recently from some loan officer friends of ours is you can't really ever time the market. It's actually the time in the market. And so what I learned just through my own social experiment is that by buying a house and staying here, I have built wealth for me and my family. We do understand that if we were to sell the house, we would have to buy another one. But it's really exciting for me to know that simply by finding a payment that fit and finding cash to close that worked for me and my family, I've created wealth, honestly, beyond anything I could have ever imagined.
Wow. And so see, folks, the best time to buy a house is when you have the money for closing and the payment fits in your budget. And Brian is a perfect example of that. Anybody has any questions, message us below, private messages, or give us a call, because as always, Brian and I are here to help.